everybody. Welcome back here on TV 15. Another exciting week of Muskogee Rougher football. Bill Huddleston along with the coach of the Roughers, Josh Blankenship. And I guess if there's one word that describes the feeling coming out of week number 9, it's the reward of perseverance.
No question. We were in the same situation last year, same set of circumstances, only having one win, playing Putnam City. And we're able to find a way to win the game this time. And you know, that's the thing that I've really wanted, especially for our seniors, is a little bit of tangible evidence of what they're doing is heading in the right direction. And I know we're a good football team, and I know we're laying the groundwork to have great seasons the next several years. But I really want those seniors right now to be able to have a W or 2 or 3 or 4 or get in the playoffs and have something actually tangible to say, this was a reward for everything we put into. I'm glad they got it.
Certainly last Friday night at Muskogee Creek Nation Field Indian Bowl there was plenty of excitement, and it really got started on the very first play, Josh. I mean, how many times in your career of coaching and playing football have you seen a team score on 3 one-play drives?
Not very often. Obviously, if you can do that, you can be explosive. That really sets up a lot of other things, puts your defense in a great position to be able to play good defense, gives a boost of confidence to your offense. What I liked about it was that first one was nothing special. There wasn't any trickery to it. It was a base fundamental thing that we do offensively, and obviously executed very well and went to the house.
You know, and then the fact that you had a little adversity on the very second possession that resulted in Putnam City getting a point on one-play possession, and then to see the team come right back and just go right back to work and just get the job done.
Well, even the way the game finished with we were up by a comfortable lead at halftime and came out and did nothing on offense in the third quarter. They were able to get some points on the board. We had what I thought was kind of the game-clinching drive, about a 7-minute drive or so, and then Corey Freeman bust loose to score a touchdown on a run. Long drive, bled the clock out, and then got our lead up by 16. Thought we were in a great situation there. And then they drive down and score. And then are going to go for the 2-point conversion to make it a one-score game, and we stop them. And then they kick an onside kick or a squib kick, and we recover it and are able to take a knee. But we're learning how to win, and you can't script that stuff. It's just got to be an opportunity, and then you find a way to scrap and claw and get through it to no matter how, no matter against who, find a way to win. And that sets your program up for success, to learn how to win games. And we talked about it at halftime. You know, it's not very often we've been ahead by this much, and there's guaranteed adversity going to happen in the second half, and how are we going to respond to it? So proud of them to watch them find a way to win.
Let's go back to some of those moments, and I think perhaps fittingly we go with the defense right out of the beginning. And here's Jacoby Smith coming from that wrestler's one-leg takedown, and it gets in there and gets the tackle behind the line, and then a guy that was just everywhere all night long, Jamal Lively, forced a fumble, and Joshua Medrano got the recovery, and then the guy that was just filling the lane defensively all night long, Tavian Davis.
Ronnie Lott, all over the field last night. Was really proud of him. A lot of guys had big-time games. The defensive side of the ball has been playing great football all year long, and they've continued to get better and better. And it was nice having a couple more guys healthy on Friday night to allow some guys play their more natural positions, and it showed in how that we produced.
Mackenzie McCall forced that fumble a moment ago. The Roughers were able to put Putnam City in a long situation. Then here comes Tavian off the edge. Tracy and company coming in, Tracy Hughes, and then another pressure right up the middle. Jamal Lively, that quarterback must have been seeing 20 versus his own number.
He had some ice bags waiting on him after the game, that's for sure.
And of course, just continuation of the defensive effort.
Goal line stands, I mean, turnovers, big hits, huge plays at clutch moments. Another one there by Tavian, but was really proud of the defense.
Here you see, again, pressure, throw the ball up for grabs, and a one-handed pick by Sammy Richardson.
I don't think he knew he had it right off the bat.
I don't think so either.
Fell into his elbow there.
And then we're going to see a good coverage out on the edge. It's not often that you see the big guys get out in the flat covering the wideouts, and lo and behold, they did.
Well, you coach it and you teach it, and it's pursuit no matter what position you're playing, and they work it every day. It's fun to see it in action.
And there was Tracy Hughes, Tavian Davis again. Now we're going to see a little offense. Here's that 68-yard scamper.
Well, just a simple kind of a G play off the edge that we blocked perfectly. Tyreek obviously reads the log block there and is able to get outside and goes to the house.
And then a guy that was bound and determined to have a great night, and he did. did, and that's Anthony King.
We knew based on what they were doing in the secondary that he was going to have the opportunity to make some plays like that, and he did it all night long. Had a great night.
And again, here's just another example of the Ruffers getting the running game going with blocking up front, and then Q's going to set in the pocket, and lo and behold, there's 24 wide open again.
Well, he caught that post route out of the same formation, which really set up that one right there. So he, again, executing great blocking there by the guys, and then really good single individual effort by Tramal on the screen there.
Second effort after the catch by Jamal Ivey, and then we'll come back to James Buchanan on the other side.
That was our big catch of the game because that was a third down that Buchanan caught and then was able to get to the sticks.
Corey Freeman showing one of his long runs, including, as Josh mentioned a moment ago, the final touchdown. Then here's just the athleticism of the quarterback, the field general, Quintaj Cherry.
And another clutch moment on third down to get the first down. We end up scoring on that drive.
Final score was 33-23. Ruffers get the win. That kind of sets everything up for week number 10, and that's exactly what you asked for going into week 9. Give us a chance to let us have something to say about the final week of the year.
And we can control our own destiny to a certain extent. I mean, all we can control is going out and beating Bixby. If we do that, there's some other things that have to fall into place, but we can't be worried about that because if we're worried about that, it becomes a distraction. We can focus on beating Bixby, and that's it.
We're going to come back after the break and meet our champions of the week, and then in our third segment, Coach Blankenship will kind of give us a preseason or pre-Friday night look at the opponent, the Bixby Spartans. That when our RougherTV Football Coaches Show continues after this timeout. Each week in Rougher Football here on TV 15, we get a chance to meet some of the real champions of the football program. And typically it's me, Coach Blankenship, and one of the players, but we felt it would be only fitting here in week number 10 to recognize perhaps the 3 hardest working seniors of the managers group at Muskogee High School. And I'm going to introduce them. I'll start around the way here. Taylor Crain. Go ahead and wave. It's all right, Taylor. All right, and in the middle, this is Cassidy Drabek, and then the young lady that never smiles is Fantashia, Jarrett. When you were given the opportunity to become a manager, what first went through your mind, Fantashia?
That would be something cool to do because as my senior year, I was like, I want to do something different that I'd never done before. So I was like, being a manager for the football team, I love the football team, so I'll be a manager.
And has it been as hard work as you thought it would be, or has it been even harder?
It's been a lot harder than I thought, actually, with all the laundry and equipment that we have to fix and do after games, staying till 1 o'clock in the morning. Yes, it's been a lot harder.
Now, Cassidy, I know that you're excited about this senior season, and it kind of means something special to you. But Taylor, I mean, these girls talked about getting that opportunity. You're a senior, like the other two. What has this football season meant to you, and how much fun have you had?
I've had a lot of fun. It's meant more to me because I did it last year too. It's just time consuming, but I love it.
Now, I know sometimes these guys can kind of get a little bit full of themselves, but I've watched you 3 young ladies handle their egos. How do you keep that in check?
We just have to let it lay down our foot and tell them.
Fantashia?
Yeah, you just gotta let them know. Like, you can't be, you're big on the football field, but when it comes to us, you guys have to be respectful and just.
Coach Blankenship mentioned to me about, a few things. He said, the hours that you put in, the hard work you put in, and the reward comes when you see the guys able to accomplish their goals and you share in those. Service, I guess, is the thing that describes the effort that you ladies have brought to the Muskogee Rougher football program. He calls that being a champion. Fantashia, what does being a champion mean to you?
Being a champion means to me is just like working hard and showing that we care and seeing it come back in return.
Cassidy?
Definitely hard work. I don't know.
It truly is. Anything worth having, you're going to have to pay some price for it.
Yeah.
And Taylor, same thing for you?
They just have to have the right attitude and work hard.
Now, Friday night is the final home game. It's senior night for the 3 of you. Am I going to see all smiles, or might there be a tear?
I might cry a little bit.
Probably will cry, yeah.
I'm beginning to see the teardrops build up in their eyes here as we speak. Fantashia?
I'm going to smile and cry at the same time.
Well, certainly the men of the high school football team, from Josh Blankenship through the assistant coaches and all the players, these three ladies right here, Fantashia, Jarrett, Cassidy, Drabek, and Taylor Crain, you ladies have done a fantastic job, and a job well done, and you're to be commended for that. And we appreciate you coming in, being a part of the show.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, Coach Blankenship is going to give us a look at the Friday night opponent, the Bixby Spartans. It's Week 10. We'll do that when we continue here on TV 15. Welcome back in this final segment of our TV Coaches Show here on Channel 15. Bill Huddleston along with the coach of the Roughers, Josh Blankenship. Josh, we were saying earlier, the goal, the only thing that you can do anything about is the Friday night game at Muskogee Creek Nation Field against the Bixby Spartans.
That's kind of been our thing all year long, is win the next game, and that never changes. It's probably even more important this week, because if we get distracted by all the variables that have to take place for us to get in the playoffs, I don't think we're going to be focused on the task at hand. So we want to go beat Bixby, and that's it. And so we're going to prepare that way. We're going to show up at the game that way, and that's the only focus. If we finish the game and then find out that some other things had fallen into place for us to go to the playoffs, then we'll be up at the field house Saturday morning ready to go to work.
Let's talk a little bit about what Bixby brings into Friday night's ball game. They bring in a very smart football team. I think the average ACT, you told me, was 26.
26 average.
As an average. And then, of course, you have an offense that can throw the football, run the football, and some pretty big guys on the offensive and defensive lines.
They've really grown their program, and their Coach Montgomery got to Bixby a year before I got to Muskogee, and they've kind of been on a similar track as far as wins and losses that we've been on. And then all of a sudden, I think they had 3 or 4 wins last year, and then they've exploded onto the scene this year and are playing great, confident football. They really fly to the football on defense. They're really technically and fundamentally sound up front on both sides of the ball, and then they've got some guys that make plays at the right times, and are you can tell they're well coached and they're coachable kids, and they play really sound football.
Now, with all those possibilities set aside, what's the key for the Roughers to be able to pick up a second consecutive victory, finish out the season with 3 wins, and maybe the cards come up right, man, there's an opportunity for a trip to the playoffs?
I think defensively we've got to maintain their quarterback. If we give him time to sit back there and pick us apart, he's going to do that. He's a special guy. We think we can get some pressure on him. That will change up their plan a little bit, and they'll probably load up the box and start to try to hammer it. They've got a huge running back that he doesn't have blazing speed, but he's hard to bring down because he's so big. So we kind of think that that's how it might play out if we can get pressure on the quarterback, that they'll settle into trying to hand the ball off to their big guy. It's really important for us on offense not to shoot ourselves in the foot, to go out and do what we do fundamentally, execute well, take what they give us. If we can get up a couple of scores, it could be a fun night, because they're not going to have the ability to sit back there in their big backfield and hand the ball off all night. We go play our brand of football, like we have last week, like we did against Edison, like we did in the second half against Fayetteville, and it could be a fun special night and a great senior night for these seniors.
Yeah, I was just going to say, kind of pump it on the heart to feel for those seniors who have been through this battle with you. This is your first class that's come from sophomore to seniors, and I know they'd like nothing more than to reward 3 years of effort with a Friday night win.
I read a book that one of my players' moms gave me called Water the Bamboo. And there's this type of bamboo that you water for years, and you don't see anything. And then all of a sudden, it grows 50 feet in a matter of weeks. I kind of got a feeling that's going to happen sooner than later. And it's these seniors and the groups that have come before them in the past 2 years, that when that bamboo shoots to the roof, they're the guys that I'm going to give the credit to, because they've been watering it for 3 years now, and I hope it shoots up on Friday But even if it's next year, they're going to get the credit for it.
Well, certainly we'll look for those opportunities Friday night at Muskogee Creek Nation Field. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. It is senior night, so there'll be recognition of all the senior players and their families in the pregame festivities. Then, of course, the game against the Bixby Spartans. We'll have our radio broadcast as well as the online video at RougherFootball.com. Radio at 100.3. Pregame show starting at 6:30. And then Josh and the guys will just take care of business at Muskogee Creek Nation Field. For head coach Josh Blankenship and for this week's Champions of the Week, we thank you for joining us here on TV 15. And as always, Josh, it's a great day to be a Rougher.
That's right.